Good morning. Namaste. Very good to see everyone out there today. Yeah, this is not an easy video to make because I have to be very strong in it. People keep coming and asking me, what I have against Nityananda, and don't I see these wonderful things that are happening with the Guru Cool kids, that they're getting all these miraculous powers, and that I don't see what an absolute fabulous person that Nityananda is. Well, I'm sorry, I don't see it. I have what's known as the gift of discernment. Okay? The gift of discernment means you can tell if a spirit is from God or if it's a deceptive spirit. And I'm sorry, but he is a deceptive, lying spirit. Okay? Every time I look, I can't even look at this person's photo. I can't look at, the minute they open their mouth to speak, I get a visceral reaction to it. This is not an intellectual thing that I just don't like what he's saying. This is absolutely, and this is the way this power works with me, okay? You get a visceral gut reaction, like you're being absolutely poisoned. It's a very nasty, nasty feeling, like somebody punched you in the guts, okay? I've had that a few times in my life, okay? Like I said, I've had an experience here where one of my students, and this is a very sad thing to have to say, decided to turn to dark things. And I saw it 100% in a vision, could see her turning away, and these dark entities following her, and she had made a conscious choice to do that. And there was nothing I could do to intercede at that point. When one makes a conscious decision, and they go down that path, there is nothing one can do to intercede for them. And it's an absolute being hit in the gut-wrenching feeling. Sick in the pit of your stomach. Absolute sick feeling. Okay. So I know 100%, these types of things are not godly things that they are giving out. Like I've said, I've watched as much as I can listen to one of his things at a time. When he speaks of scriptural things, it sounds good on the surface, but I notice that as he goes, he keeps pulling it further and further away from truth. Okay? He keeps making it very ego-based at the end. Okay? So it will fit with the ways of the world. Okay. So there are many lying, deceiving spirits. They have a form of godliness. But that godliness is not within them. And again, this is something that I continue to say. You look at them and you watch their videos, and they're all making infomercials now with how wonderful it is, how great their experience is, how happy they are, how enlightened they are. They're becoming a new species. We're not even human anymore. Okay? And you see this facade that they have of holiness, brightness, but you cross them in any way, shape, or form. You say one thing that's against the group speak, and what happens? You'll see that ugliness that's actually under that facade come forward immediately. And it's the most absolutely egregious, foul language curses on the face of the planet, and that is demonic. They have lost their moral compass. They have exchanged a genuine spiritual path for dark powers. Okay? I'm just going to say it blunt like it is. They have exchanged the true spiritual path to continue to surrender into God for ego aggrandizement and for dark powers. And when I see them enslaving children in this way, like I said, I've seen him he uses all these techniques of hypnosis, brainwashing, lying, deceiving spirits. Okay? I've been concerned about this for quite some time. But the more I watch, the more dark I see that it is becoming. And the more people are being taken in and deceived by it. Again, a genuine spiritual path does not have people calling when you go to sign up for something, strong-arming you to sell what you have, go into debt, get a credit card, get whatever you need to do to get money to come. That is not a genuine spiritual path. Do you think Ramana would have ever said that? Christ would have ever said that? Kabir would have ever said that? Any genuine spiritual teacher that cared for humanity, sell all, sell it all. Okay? Go into debt forever and come. Okay? You get these lying, deceiving spirits, and they are there to enslave you. Okay? And you open yourself to these things willingly. Because you want powers. Okay? Not because you are surrendering to God and wanting to know God above any and all things. Okay? So, before you come anymore and tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm misinformed, I should look deeper, I'm being negative. Call me negative all you want, but I'm going to stand for the light of truth. I always have, I always will. I will never deny God. Okay? I will never deny Christ. I will never deny any of the prophets that came. Never, never, never. Okay? And when I see something that's a lying, deceiving spirit, and I absolutely get that confirmation of the pit of the stomach, that absolute visceral feeling of that darkness, and I can't explain to you what it feels like, but I've come across it a few times in my life, and it's always been borne out. The truth of it. This is the power of discernment. Okay? Yes, I have also powers. I don't speak of them. Okay? But one power is the power of discernment. One that can tell lying and deceiving spirits from truth. And I can tell you 100% unequivocally that he is a lying, deceiving spirit in the world. Okay? He's not there to raise up humanity. He is there to enslave them. So if you want to go there, Again, look at the moral compass of these people. Go look to any channel that has said anything that has not propped him up and look at the reaction that they bring. Their moral compass is 0. It's not what you take into your mouth that defiles you, but that which comes out. Look at the fruit of the tree. Look at their actions. Okay. I see nothing but sepulchres of dead bones. I see temples that are filled with nothing but darkness and all of these nasty things that they spew out. Okay? When someone can come and they can be so absolutely egregiously nasty and say the foulest things that come out of their mouth, that's what's living in their consciousness. Okay? That's what they're harboring. That's what they're living with. I don't care how nice of a facade their face is seeming to be and how wide-eyed wonderful they're talking on their videos. Say one thing they don't like and you watch and see what happens. Okay? Now, nobody in a genuine spiritual that's centered is going to go and react like that. To be calling names, to be cursing people, to all of those things, they're not of the Spirit of God. That's of the spirit of darkness. To curse people and say they're going to die of a foul illness, that is a spirit of darkness. You tell me where that has any place in the light. You tell me where Christ ever went out and cursed somebody into illness. Tell me one instance, please. The only thing Christ ever cursed was the fig tree. Why? Because it didn't bear fruit. It wasn't doing what it was supposed to. So he cursed it. Okay? So it's not just, oh, what are they doing? Isn't that fabulous? He's feeding people. He's doing this. He's got these children. Look at how fabulous they are. When you're giving powers like that, it's dark powers. There is nothing holy within it. Okay? It's a big cause for concern. When you see a lying, deceiving spirit, and they're giving out the things of the flesh, okay, ego, aggrandizement type of things, remote viewing, all of this drama, what does that have to do with uplifting one to godliness? Okay, absolutely nothing. Psychic spirits are not paramount. They are not something that one will see on a path to liberation. Yes, some people naturally have psychic awareness. That's one thing. You're born with it, okay. But when this is what one is giving out, touting, as look at how great we are, look how holy we are, and they keep talking about they've got a brand new DNA, an alien spirit. I am sorry, but again, you look at these people, and if you have a power of discernment, You will not be able to watch or listen to them without having an absolutely visceral feeling in the gut. Okay? So I'm just going to 100% put this out here today. I hoped at first he was just a con man, but now I see that he is doing this and powers and this and that. It's more than just a lying, deceiving spirit. It's gotten much, much darker in a deceiving spirit. 100% a deceiving spirit. And like I said, I've watched his thing, I've heard him speak. He starts out with something, and then the further he talks, the more it gets pulled away from light. The more egotistical it becomes. And all of the methodologies he uses that doesn't allow people to sleep, they get maybe 1 hour sleep a night. Everything he says, he does all of these, stories and this and that, everything to keep your attention away from actually what you're hearing, double speak, which your brain does not make sense of it right away. It implants against subliminal things, the beating of the drums every time you turn around. All of these have to do with hypnosis techniques, brainwashing techniques, 100% right straight down the line. And unfortunately, people don't have the wisdom to know that. And they're taken in by it. Like one of his people came and say, "Oh, I was going to watch your video, and in 2 minutes and 14 seconds, I fell asleep during it. They're so boring, I can't even watch it." Well, of course not, because I'm not here to entertain you. I don't have somebody beating a drum every couple seconds to keep you awake and motivated and focused. Okay? And because light has no place with darkness. If you're indoctrinated into that, you are going to shut down. You're not going to want to hear what's here. Trust me. That will happen. You will shut down. Your consciousness will shut down. Okay? That's what happens. So I'm not surprised that they shut down. Okay? Because darkness does not want to hear the light. That's for sure. When you're being taken in by a deceptive spirit, you don't want to hear the truth. You will fight against the truth, tooth and nail. Okay? So I am going to leave this here. Namaste. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. There go my little barkers. And this is this is not something I enjoy having to put out, but it's something that needs to be said. In view, in light of seeing what's taking place over there. Very disconcerting. Very disconcerting. Okay. Not every spirit is holy. You have to test the spirits. If it's of God or if it's of the deceiver. Unfortunately, that spirit is a deceptive, lying spirit. Again, no spirit that's from God, that is godly, needs to sit on a golden throne and play dress up and make lights and do all of this big production. They would be humble. There is nothing humble in that. That is the biggest ego self-aggrandizement I have ever seen. Okay? There is nothing humble in that man whatsoever. Okay? Namaste.